Townhall.com political editor Guy Benson and Washington Times columnist and radio host Tammy Bruce, both Fox News contributors. Good to see you guys.
Hi.
You know, Kellyanne's got a really good point, because when you look at the policy side of the equation, I don't think Hillary Clinton really has a whole lot there, both on the economic front and on the national security front. She keeps trying to say Trump's got nothing, and I'm like, oh, well, what do you have? Is this going to be a game changer if he goes back to his roots and just focuses on policy, Tammy?
I think so, and this is the reason she keeps going back to him, is because she knows she can't win on that in that regard. She's got to make people realize that they can only vote for her because she's trying to make him unpalatable, right? She'll fail, and that's her problem. There's no there. It's a problem for her because even if she had to shift, she won't be able to do it. So you're seeing this as that's their main plan. I think that they're overestimating her, they're underestimating him. The shift that you've seen him make isn't because somebody told him he needed to do it. I think there was a realization that he really does want this and that he's going to do it his way, and yet he also has brought people around him who know things that he doesn't. That's how he operates the business. You can't operate a business like that unless you've got a variety of talent around you, and we're going to see the benefits of that. It's already manifesting. The numbers are going to change dramatically, and you're going to see in the Hillary Clinton campaign a little bit more of a panic because they're going to realize that their plan isn't going to work.
Yeah, so many people were saying the minute they saw Steve Bannon's name there, oh, well, this is just going to mean Trump's going back to, you know, his extraordinarily aggressive comments, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought, you know, I don't think so. I think Steve Bannon's smarter than that. I think Donald Trump's smarter than that. And what they've figured out is that he doesn't need to go off the cuff so much. He can stick to a teleprompter to communicate his message over and over and over again with some consistency because, Guy, let's face it, the media is out to get him.
Well, the media is out to get any Republican nominee always. So that comes with the territory. You have to be ready for it. Now, the names that you just mentioned were Bannon, Trump. I think it's very important to mention Kellyanne Conway. We just saw the soundbite from her. She has impressed me immensely early on. And my theory of how this has gone down is she's a pollster. She has spent decades studying the American people and the American electorate. And I think she may have sat down with Donald Trump and said, sir, I'm a professional. I do this for a living. I'm an expert. You are losing right now. You have to change. And here are my recommendations. Please listen. There may be some other people out there reinforcing that message as well. And what I saw in North Carolina was such a departure from previous Trumps. Can he stick with it? That's an open question. But that was his best speech of the campaign so far.
Can you stick with it?
Well, yes, I think he can. Interestingly, months ago, he said he viewed the beginning of the campaign in late August or early September. And everyone says, are you crazy? It's too late. And almost right on the mark, when you talk about the attitude about when this matters, he delivers in this regard. Now, people who know him personally are not surprised. The man that everybody was shocked at in North Carolina is the man that people who know him describe all the time. And so the reason I think it works so well is because it was his natural state, but conveying ideas that he normally doesn't convey in business. And this is where it's taken a year. He's understood the landscape. He really wants it. He knows he can do it as well. And I think that's encouraging him. It's inspiring him and the people that are around him.
Let me ask you, Guy, about when he said, look, I regret some of the comments I've made. I really do regret them. How significant is that? I mean, I saw that and I immediately said, wow. I mean, that's a big deal coming from Donald Trump.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, it was. I think a lot of people were waiting and expecting something like that, some sort of contrition. There have been so many controversies and flare-ups that have been massive distractions that, frankly, have benefited Hillary Clinton along the way. If he can say, I've done some wrong things, I think some specific apologies might be coming. Kellyanne Conway has suggested that they might. But then the next line in the speech was, I apologize, or, you know, I was wrong, but there's too much at stake to fixate too much on it. So he can sort of apologize and then pivot away.
It's like, okay, you know, let's put that behind us. Let's move forward.
Right, but a flash of humility, which was good.
Let me suggest at the same time, this has been such a boon for him of people seeing such a different side. Without his approach in the beginning, the ability to make this shift and show that other dynamic wouldn't have been needed, and we wouldn't have had such a powerful impact on the American voter so late in the season.
Yeah, but he's built himself.
80 days in, and suddenly you're seeing, we know the Trump from early on, and now suddenly there's a man who, in fact, you can trust when the hard decisions have to be made. It's brilliant, it's going to work, and he's going to win. Mark my words.
He's built himself a 63% disapproval rating or unfavorable rating, which is a whole to climb out of.
No, this is 80 days to go.
Tammy says he can do it.
Yep.
All right, we're watching.
We'll
Thanks
see.
so much. Good to have you guys here.
Thanks.
Guy Benson,
Thanks, Trish.
Tammy Bruce.